A man of mass 80 kilograms enters a lift of mass 1 ton, which is accelerating upwards with an acceleration of 1.5 meters per second squared. Find the force exerted on the man by the floor of the lift. So we have here a lift and a man inside the lift. We're going to consider the complete system here. In the complete system, there'll be two forces going down. The mass of the man, so the weight would be 80g, and the mass of the lift itself would be 1000, so 1000g is the weight. And then that system would just drop, so what causes it to accelerate upwards must be the tension in the cable, in the wire, in the lift. Now you can consider that's the complete system, but if you just consider the man inside the lift, just looking at the man, what's happening there, he's got a downward force of 80g. He is not connected to the cable. That would be a bit dangerous. So how does he accelerate up with 1.5 meters per second acceleration? There must be some force that causes him to go upwards, and that is the floor. So R for the normal reaction in the floor. So the R's sort of cancel out if you consider the complete system. You can ignore the R's, but if you're looking at the man, the R has to be included. So you can see the difference in the complete system and with the man. If you wanted to work out the tension, you would look at the complete system, and if you want to work out the force exerted on the man by the floor of the lift, you would look at just the man. Okay? You may need to do both depending on what information the question gives you. So this question, we're looking for the force exerted on the man by the floor of the lift, which must be this R here, so we're just going to consider this system at the minute. So we've got F equals ma because it is accelerating. The force is accelerating upwards, A being 1.5. So then we'd have R as the upward force minus the downward force, which is 80g, and that equals the mass. Now we're just considering the man, not the complete system, so it's just going to be 80 for the mass, and then the acceleration we know is 1.5. So R equals 80 times 1.5 plus 80g, and that gives R is 904 newtons. So what is the R? Well, you should imagine yourself on the ground floor getting into a lift, and when it rises upwards, it'll have to accelerate because it was initially at rest, and when it accelerates, you'll get this feeling that you're sort of sinking into the ground, or you'll have to straighten up your legs because of the force applied from the lift. The force that it's applying really is this R, and then when you're trying to straighten your legs, you're trying to counteract that upward force R. Okay? If R equals your weight, then you wouldn't be accelerating. You wouldn't get a strange feeling, and sometimes, and quite often in a lift, if it's a long lift, for most of it, you won't get a strange feeling because you'll not be accelerating. The R in the floor will equal your weight at constant velocity, no acceleration. However, when it accelerates, you get that feeling of sinking into the floor. So R is bigger than 80g. And then equally, at the very end of the lift, you get that light feeling. You feel like you're going to rise up nearly. That's because R is going to be less than 80g for that bit, for the deceleration, and you get that sort of light feeling as if you're going to maybe even rise off the floor. Okay, now the question doesn't ask it, but I'll put it in here anyway. If it asked to find out the tension that causes it to accelerate, it would be looking at the complete system, and it's accelerating, so you'd have F equals ma, and then your net force is going upwards, so what causes it to go upwards? Tension, minus what's slowing it down, the 1000g and the 80g, and that equals the mass of the complete system, which would be 1080 kilograms, multiplied by the acceleration 1.5. So tension would be that 1080 multiplied by the 1.5, and then plus that 1080g that's on the left hand side, and then that gives you 12,204 newtons. If you Google lift problems or go to YouTube and type in something like mechanics lift problems, there'll be a few good videos there as well. Lifts can be they can ask some questions that are quite tricky because you're maybe not sure what it is they're asking for or how to draw the diagram. Example 9. Particles of mass 4 kilograms and 2 kilograms are connected by a light string passing over a smooth fixed pulley. The particles hang freely and are released from rest. They find the acceleration of the two particles, the tension in the string, and the reaction at the pulley. So let's put this information into the diagram. We've got a particle of mass 4 kilograms, it looks like the bigger one. And that would then create a weight, a force going downwards of 4g. The other one, 2 kilograms, which creates a weight or a force of 2g. Then what will happen if this is released from rest is the 4 kilogram weight is heavier, so it'll fall downwards, so it'll accelerate in this direction, and that would cause the 2 kilogram weight to accelerate in the other direction. Now the 2 kilogram weight is going to slow down the 4 kilogram weight, so you've got 4g going down, but the 2g is going to oppose that, so it's going to be a force going up the way to slow it down in the form of tension in the string. How is the 2 kilogram weight going to go upwards and accelerate? There must be a tension that's going to force it upwards, so it must be a tension there also. That is all the forces on the 2 kilogram weight. That is all the forces on the 4 kilogram weight. There are also forces happening at the pulley. There'll be an equal and opposite force. Tension here and tension here. But let's remember just that is forces on the pulley. Right. Let's see what we're trying to find out. Find the acceleration of the two particles, the tension in the string, so A and T, and the reaction at the pulley. We'll worry about that later on at the end. So if we consider the 2 kilogram force, we would have acceleration there. So we can use F equals ma, if I get the right. F equals ma. The net force there is going upwards, so the upward force is T, and minus the downward force, which is 2g. And that equals the mass, which is 2, acceleration A. So that was going upwards with the 2 kilogram. That's what we're considering there. That is not legible. If we then look at the 4 kilogram particle, it's going downwards. 4g minus t would be the net force. So 4g minus t equals. And because we're looking at the 4 kilogram particle, the mass is 4, acceleration is a. If we add together the first equation and the second equation, we would end up t minus t is 0, 4g minus 2g would give 2g on the left hand side, and if we add the right hand side we get 6a. This gives an acceleration of g over 3. Or to 3 significant figures, that's 3.27. We then have to find out the tension in the string, so we can put that back into the first or second equation. We'll put it back into the first one. So t minus 2g equals 2 times acceleration, which is g over 3. That then gives us that tension is equal to 2g over 3, which is on the right hand side, plus the 2g. And that gives 8g divided by 3, or to 3 significant figures, that would be 26.1 newtons. The acceleration was meters per second squared. Then the question also asks for the reaction at the pulley. So the pulley itself, if you think of what forces are acting on it, it's going to feel a tension, a pulling down this side, and also a tension, a pulling down on that side. So the overall net force is the two tensions there caused by the string on the pulley. The pulley now has to, it obviously doesn't fall out of the ceiling, so it'll absorb that tension. There'll be a 2t going upwards to oppose that motion, so it stays stationary. But the overall reaction then, the net reaction on the pulley is the 2t going downwards. So you'd have downwards 2t, and then that's 8g divided by 3, which gives you 16g over 3, or 52.3 newtons. Example 10. A body A rests on a smooth horizontal table. So there'll be a force here, or a weight. It doesn't tell me what its weight is. So let's call that M for the mass, and then the weight would be mg. And there'll be a normal reaction there, the reaction at A. Two bodies of mass 2 kilograms and 10 kilograms hang freely, are attached to A by strings which pass over smooth pulleys at the edges of the table. So let's put 2 and 10 here. So 2 kilograms, 10 kilograms. This creates a weight of 2g, and this one creates a weight of 10g. There'll be a tension then here and here, because that string will be tight. So 2g will try to go down, but the tension will bring it upwards. There must be an equal and opposite force happening here. So there's a tension pulling to the left. A is trying to be pulled to the left because there's a 2 kilogram weight there, so it'll try to go to the left. There must be a force pulling it towards the left. It'll also want to be pulled to the right, because a 10 kilogram force is going to try and pull it to the right, which will also be in the form of tension. The distinction in this question is that there are two separate strings. Okay, this one here and this one here. There's nothing to say that those two strings will have the same tension in them, so we'll have to label them differently. So we're going to say tension in the first string and tension in the second string. So always look out for, in the question, is it one string or is it two separate strings, in which case two separate tensions. So we have to find the mass of, well, the system is released from rest and it accelerates at 2 meters per second. Find the mass of A. If it accelerates, it's going to accelerate in this direction. So A will equal 2 in this direction. A is 2. And in this direction, again, A equals 2. So to solve this, we can consider this is one system, 2 systems, 3 systems, and then the whole thing would be 4 systems. Probably because there's so much happening, I wouldn't consider the complete system. Let's break it down and look at the 2 kilogram system first of all. So with the 2 kilograms, it's going to accelerate upwards, so 2 kg. F equals ma because there is acceleration. Tension causes it to go upwards. The weight of it will oppose that, so minus 2g. That equals the mass 2, and the acceleration is 2. So T1 equals 4 plus 29.8. So 23.6 newtons. If we then consider this one, it's the 10 kilogram weight, so 10 kg. We're going to look going downwards, and it's accelerating, so F equals ma. The net force here is 10g minus the tension, T2, and that equals its mass 10, acceleration 2. So if you bring the T2 to the right hand side, you'd end up with 10g minus 20. So T2 equals 10 times 9.8 minus 20, which gives 70 Newton force. So you can see, if we consider the final system, then the top one, this thing was going to go left or it was going to go to right. It had to have different tensions, because if it was the same tension, it would just stay stationary. There would be no acceleration. So because this was the heavier mass, this was going to be the bigger tension, and it's going to go to this way. So that's why you can see two different tensions. So let's consider finally then the particle A going to the right. It's accelerating, so F equals ma. F is the net force, so going to the right, T2, opposing that, T1, so minus, and then its mass, we don't know, we called it m, and the acceleration is 2. T2 is 70, T1 is 23.6, and that equals 2m. So m is 70 minus the 23.6, divide that by 2, gives 23.2 kilograms. Now be careful in those questions what you use as your m. Is m stand representing, is it the mass or is it the weight? That can be a problem at times, so just make sure you're clear. Have you found out the mass or have you found out the weight? In which case, just checking the question, it wanted the mass of A, so that's why I called the mass m, and then I called that force mg.